Vols are back.
Yeah. Money make the world go round. I'm trying to get it all right now. Everybody worry about the crown being. Look, homie, I'm the man right now. Talking to a PI, kind of time we on. Don't roll like the kind of take eons. Got a little buzz, it's time to go beyond. Can't look back, no time to hit rewind. Yeah, she wants to do S class. I'm like, boo, you must ask. They pour way too much in your glass. Just move your hips like a hold up class. Get the gab, I talk that gift. Strut like up, man, I walk that shit. When I'm up, that's it. I'ma start living reckless. Get that bag, I'ma walk like this. Yeah, I'ma walk like this. Hit that lane, I'ma walk like this. Walk in the spot, let it all get lit. Told them on flow, let me talk my shit. Every song bang when they drop in hit. Said on the man, post up, no miss. Over your head, next time, don't slip. Play your part, better read that script. Yeah, I'ma walk like this.
How in the world do they keep getting away with it? How do they keep doing it? That is the question we are all asking ourselves on this very day, on January 27th of the great 2025. Oi, fellow comrades, it is Squidtard here along my boys over there. Yeah, there he is. Mr. Wool Duck Reen, also known as Lucas Sharp, and Mr. Julio Rodriguez down there. And Welcome to another episode of the Vol Star Podcast. Now, before anything, I get why Julio's doing it, because he's waiting for that face reveal when Tennessee eventually wins the Natty. But what's your reasoning for having your camera off?
Because I'm
I
sad.
don't care how sad you are. Turn on your camera.
Okay.
This ain't no
Okay.
Eeyore time. You sound like Eeyore.
Yes, it is. The Chiefs ruined my life. I hate Taylor Swift. I hate Patrick Mahomes. I hate it all.
I was telling Lucas this earlier. I said y'all are lucky I didn't decide to be a Chiefs fan, because whenever I was deciding my fandom when I was younger, that was when Eric Berry got drafted by the Chiefs, and it was between the Chiefs and the Cowboys, and the Cowboys won.
Yep, well, you're a Cowboys fan, and they suck just as hard as the rest of us, so, yeah. Anyway, welcome to another episode of the Vol Star Podcast. What are we on? Episode 76. A lot to go over tonight. Some great news, some bad news, some very, very bad news if you're Lucas. But first off, before anything else, obviously, now it's, for whatever reason, my camera's reversed, so that's really starting to irritate me. But look, we got the new drip. New drip came in today. Of course, if you guys saw my Twitter post, I posted this. I've got me a brand new shirt for the Tennessee basketball game coming up. And I got me a playoff shirt, which I'm going to wear later on down the line. I also got a new figurine of Nino, so now I have two of those. So the figurine collection over there stacks up. Here, I'll get, since you guys asked nicely, here, you get the, this is the one I got.
We didn't ask.
Yeah, I asked, so that's all that matters. This, another Nino. This is a public service announcement. Watch the quintessential quintuplets. Okay, then. Back to the, back to regularly scheduled programming. So, yeah, a lot of news to go over today. A lot of it's Vol news, as per the usual on the Vol Star podcast here. But some of it will be obviously outside of the podcast. So I guess we'll go ahead and start out with, of course, if this is your first time being here on the Vol Star podcast, welcome for being here. First off, let's do roll call before anything else. We've got Ethan. Yes, just Ethan. Tim Bradley, Ian the Hyper, Even Odd, Young Man Connor, Matt Dummit, don't call me Doomit, damn it. Even Odd again. Baby Squidtard Jr., W4TT322, Jolene Arenji, fellow Squidtard Squidtard member. That's right. Officially part of the Tardarian crew. Shout out to Jolene Arenji. No Name King. Why do you hate the 12-team playoff? I don't hate the 12-team playoff, first of all, before anything else. Young Man Connor again. What's going on, buddy? Squidtard's evil cousin. And there you have it. there you have it. So,
Man, when is somebody gonna come out with like a Squidtard's evil stepdad or something?
give it time. Give it time. Yeah. Got a lot of comments already. Glad Jolene asked about the anime figurine. That means somebody cares. That means somebody out there cares at the bare minimum. Squid is a figurine of a fictional high school girl, a true YouTuber. Damn. Hey, sometimes it just do be like that. All right then. Well, on to important things here on the podcast. I guess we'll start out with this. Obviously, if you guys are new to the Vol-Star podcast, we're glad to have you guys over here. This is for anybody, not just Vol fans. We're obviously not affiliated with the University of Tennessee, but we're glad to have you all over here nonetheless. For anybody that feels the need to donate or send a super chat, for every single donation we get on this channel, I will be doing one push-up per dollar. So if you send a $5 super chat before we end off the stream tonight, I will make sure to get on the ground and do 5 push-ups for you. You get the idea. I think you guys have been around here for long enough. Also, go watch the latest episode of College Football Chaos if you haven't already. Obviously, as you guys know, I did a collab with the almighty great urinating tree. Shout out to him. So highly recommend watching that if you haven't already. All right then. Well, I guess we'll go ahead and move into the football to start out. We got to talk about some football stuff before anything. And we'll start out with recruiting news. This is some big news right here. Obviously, as you guys know, Tennessee has been struggling majorly with offensive linemen. And, well, I guess it's eye for an eye, because while we did gain one, we also lost one in the process. Here's what we gained. Notre Dame offensive lineman Sam Pendleton, he started 7 games for the Irish. He is committed officially to Tennessee, so we've got a new guy on the offensive line from Notre Dame. Obviously a great pickup right there. Can't really complain about that. What I can complain about is the fact that we did have a recruit, 4-star interior offensive lineman Brandon Anderson has decommitted from Tennessee. So eye for an eye, I guess. But, you know, it's not like he was going to make a day one impact anyway, if I'm being honest. He was probably going to make an impact in his second year. But obviously Sam Pendleton being a transfer is going to make much more of an impact immediately off the bat. Now, Brandon Anderson could wound up being really, really good at whichever school he winds up being committed to by the end of this recruiting schedule. But wherever he goes, wish the best of luck for him. You know what I mean?
Right. I mean, it is what it is. Best of luck to him. And, of course, I'm glad we got that offensive lineman from Notre Dame. I mean, it strengthens up the offensive line for next year. This is the break it or make it year for the offensive line coach for Tennessee.
Glenn Ellerbe, yeah. He's got
Glenn Ellerbe. That, I don't know, I just forgot his name at the top of my head for a second.
Yeah, that's
but I don't care. Right now, his name don't deserve to be remembered.
Dang, that's how it is. Julio, you got any thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, I think y'all have hit on, especially just the offensive line. We did also get a prediction for a wide receiver too.
That's right.
I can't remember.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Something Wyatt.
Yeah.
I think he's like a number 3 receiver or something like that.
No, I don't. Yeah.
I saw that.
And we don't necessarily cover crystal balls on here. Like if somebody's like, you know, they're gonna go to Tennessee or something like that. We don't really cover it because at the end of the day, it's all speculation until it's actually confirmed that they're committed. So I don't really bother with any of that unless if it's like a huge big time commit like David Sanders when he was crystal balled for Tennessee. But nonetheless, I hope he commits to the good guys. Shout out to Wyatt. Hopefully he commits to the great orange and white squad. Speaking of orange and white, guess what? That game has been officially announced. The orange and white spring game is officially announced for Saturday, April 12th. So, Lucas, go ahead and get your calendar ready for that one because we are going to try and head to that game as a group. So, April 12th is the scheduled date for that.
All right. I could try to call for that day.
Hopefully you do. Hopefully you do. We'll see how that goes.
So, as a group, like we're bringing everybody.
We'll try. I'll talk to Sifs about it. I'm sure he'll be down. For those of you who don't know, obviously me, Lucas Sharp, this guy over here, Julio down there, and Sifs included. He was on the Vol-Star podcast several times. We are all going to the Tennessee-Florida basketball game on Saturday, so I'm super excited for it. I'm going to be wearing the mustard costume and everything. And the reason I got this is because they're doing the checkerboard gimmick, so I made sure to at least wear orange. So if somebody's like, "You ain't even wearing orange, Squidtard." Bull.
Not gonna lie, I was wondering why you was like asking me. I was like, you're gonna wear the mustard costume anyway. So I guess when somebody asks you what you're gonna have that Tennessee shirt underneath the costume.
Yeah. So if anybody asks, yeah, boom. Hey, look at that. Look at you see that? See that? That's orange. That's orange. Don't talk to me. But the mustard costume is 1-1 all time. Of course, our one loss came to Georgia when I went to the game in Athens. But I did go to the UTEP game the following week, and obviously Tennessee won that game. So 1-1 all time. We're hoping to make that a full 2-1 after the mustard costume goes into Thompson Bowling Arena.
Yeah, 1-0 when the mustard costume goes to Knoxville.
Yes. And I have temporarily hired Sifs as a cameraman for the interactions we'll probably be getting. Because some of the interactions have been spectacular. As in spectacular, they've been spectacularly chaotic. We could go over that again. The guy who called me the other F word, and then when I came out to confront him, he just points at the camera and goes, "Gay!" Wow, like, wow. Got me there. Wow.
Great.
Wow, what am I going to do with myself? Like,
Dude, that was absolutely hilarious when he did
I don't
that.
think there's going to be another moment for a long time that's going to live in more infamy than that moment right there. Of all the things you could say to defend yourself.
Yeah, the only thing that comes close to that is when you won the mustard costume in Knoxville and that old guy called you a douchebag.
Oh yeah, that too. Don't forget that. Halloween's over. Hey, Halloween's over, man. Old guy getting big mad, and he's wearing a friggin' Hooters costume, but for whatever reason, I'm the bad guy. Good grief. Young man Connor, thank you for the $2 super chat. He says, should I go to a Vols game in a golf ball costume? Well, I'll tell you this. If you do think about that and do consider it, it would be very, very easy to find you. So I would highly consider it. That would be hilarious. So I would highly consider that. All right. So the only other news in terms of football. Now, Lucas, you're not going to like this. Well, you'll like half of it at least. Shout out to former Vol for life, Mr. Trey Smith. He will be heading to the Super Bowl along with the rest of the Kansas City Chiefs. So it's hard to root against the VFL. Now, I don't know what you guys think about that. We'll have plenty of time after the show, after we get through the rest of these topics, to sort of touch on that and discuss it. But, yeah, shout out to Trey Smith. Vol for life, heading to the Super Bowl. Whether the team wins or loses, I hope he has a great game. That's all I'm going to say about that.
Yeah, congratulations to Trey Smith. I mean, he's one of the best offensive linemen on that team.
Yep.
What can I say? He deserves it. I mean, I'm happy for him, but
yeah, young man Connor.
Besides
he tried to
him,
wish something good for the Titans. He said Trey Smith, future Titan.
If only. If only. I would love him to come back to Tennessee, bro. He does not deserve Kansas City. I know he's winning rings, but bro,
y'all need to get a quarterback first before you think about anything else. But that's my. First of all, ow. Secondly, thank you for your consideration. All right, next up, we got to talk about the Lady Vols. So, thing is, I like doing this show on a Monday because there are no games currently going on Mondays, or so we thought, because Tennessee is, of course, playing South Carolina. And not only are they playing South Carolina, they're getting their behinds walloped by South Carolina. Yeah. Now, granted, South Carolina is one of the best teams in college basketball. I think that's pretty well-known general information right there. But in the third quarter with 6:08 left, Tennessee is down 48-30. So, safe to say...
48-32 now. They're coming back.
There you go. Hey, thanks.
Oh, they just got to steal. They're coming back.
Hey, who knows? Crazier things have happened. But, yeah, anyway, forgetting about the game for a moment, obviously, shout out to Miss Kim Codwell, who, of course, gave birth to her son, Connor Scott, over the week. And she is officially returned to the court, as obviously she's coaching right now against, or at least trying to coach against USC Junior. But nonetheless, shout out to her and her newborn son. Hopefully things go very, very well with that. Hopefully things go well with this basketball game, because we need to come back and come back fast.
I mean, if we lose, I ain't going to be mad. I mean, South Carolina, like you said, has been like the dominant force in women's basketball over the last like 5 or 6 years. Like, they're basically, you could honestly say they're the new Kansas City Chiefs when it comes to friggin' women's basketball.
No, that's not true. That's not true. The refs don't. You know what? We'll get into that later. Jolene makes a really good point, though. We all know they're going to come back when they're up by 2 in the last 30 seconds, then lose by 1 in a heartbreaker 3. That's how the season's gone. I believe it. If that's how it went, I believe it. We are the ones who find new and innovative ways to lose games, so I believe it.
Right.
So that's all I'm saying.
Yeah, that when we lost to South Carolina in the buzzer beater 3, it still hurts me to this day, man. We should have beaten them.
That was agonizing. Yeah, I remember watching that in real time. I was I think if y'all have ever heard of this place called Blue Moose, it's they opened a new location in Alcoa, and I was eating there, and my lord, man, I watched it all go down in real time, and it was absolutely agonizing, because I was sitting there like, they're gonna blow this, aren't they? They're gonna blow this in real time, and that's exactly what happened. They blew it in real time, and that pretty much sealed the fate of Kelly Harper right then and there.
Yeah, when that happened, I 100% knew I wanted Kelly Harper gone.
I didn't even want her gone. I just knew she was gone nonetheless, regardless of whatever else happened. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't care even if that person's like shooting 1% from the 3. You don't leave somebody open like that.
Yeah, that was a pretty bad coaching job right there. I'll definitely say that much. But yeah, currently in a dogfight with USC Junior right now, trying to get somewhere. 4:57 left in the third, and it's 48-32, so we'll see what they can do. We'll keep tabs on them throughout the rest of the show. All right, over to the men's basketball. Things going per the usual over there, losing in heartbreaking fashion, but this time we lose on the road to number 1 Auburn in an absolute dogfight, 51-53, a defensive match for the ages. We led at the very end of the game, but Auburn scores just very, very late in the game to take the lead, and we couldn't do anything on the last play. So tough to lose that game, obviously, but I think we learned from that game that Tennessee is they're a contender. I think we can all agree on that at least they're a contender for something.
They are. Bro, I mean, like, how could you not look at that game and say Tennessee is not one of the top 5 teams in the country right now? Yes, I know they're ranked number 8, but Tennessee, I feel like, would still beat the majority of who's ranked ahead of them.
Yeah, no, definitely. Or at least that's what I would think. I don't know what you would think potentially, but that would be my thought.
Yeah. And also, of course, I don't like bragging about losses, but that Vanderbilt loss ain't looking too bad right now. They're now ranked, so Vanderbilt's actually a good team this year.
Yeah.
The SEC as a whole is good. Like, even South Carolina, I know they have yet to get a conference win, but they're still not as bad as what their record shows. At least I don't think.
Let's see. So Jolene says, can Tennessee, looking like a top 5 team, beat Rick Barnes' March luck though? I don't know. Julio seemed to disagree because guess where he just went? The Shadow Realm.
Yeah. Probably went to go play his one game.
Dang.
Played the Yakuza 4 or something.
Right. Yeah. Fade says, how do you lose to Ohio State? I don't know. Ask Indiana, Oregon, Texas, and
Notre Dame.
Yeah, ask all of them too. Don't forget about that. I don't think it was the only reason, but I'm convinced that South Carolina loss was that ended Harper's career. Definitely the last straw. Yeah, I definitely agree with that. We are quality loss you, Young Man Connor says.
Probably, as much as I don't like to say it, but we probably are quality loss you. We're able to compete with the top teams, but we just can't friggin' beat them.
Right. Ty Simpson versus Tennessee 2025. Yeah, good luck with that.
If Ty Simpson looks like he's been looking for the majority of his college career, Alabama's in trouble this upcoming season. I'm sorry, Ty Simpson's not good.
Yeah. Dang, we'll get into that in a minute. Yakuza is a good series. Please play Yakuza 0. I've heard of that, but I guess I've got a lot of games I need to play. I'm thinking about Lucas. I'm thinking about this. You remember I used to do a live show over on the main channel every Tuesday called Tart Area Tuesdays. Should we start doing that again? I'm thinking about it. I'm definitely trailing towards it. Well, I'll probably give it a go tomorrow and see how things pan out.
Yeah, if you want to. I was thinking about going back to doing gaming streams.
Yeah. Watching you rage at Fall Guys is pretty funny.
Yeah. I probably should do that again.
Do you know how bad Jalen Milroe is? Look back at the Get Out Alabama video, bro. He's cheeks. Oh, we don't disagree. We don't disagree with that.
Yeah. Jalen Milroe was like the definition of inconsistent. Like one game he looked like the favorite to win the Heisman. Next game he looks like he don't even know what he's doing.
Oh yeah, no, it's inconsistency is key right there for good old Jalen Milroe. Yeah.
Yeah. Like if he was consistent, he'd probably be the favorite to be the number 1 overall pick in the draft. Yeah. But
well, what I did notice is that the main people that struggled to stop him were rushing defense, like defenses specifically meant for shutting down the pass. Because when he ran the ball on LSU, now again, Brian Kelly can never stop a dual threat. That's just like basic information there. That's like saying the sky's blue. Oh, Brian Kelly's letting another running quarterback run for over 300 yards. Blown away! No, and nobody's surprised by that, but still, I mean, like Missouri, they really struggled against him. Georgia's defense struggled against him. But, teams like Tennessee who are really good at stopping the run were able to shut him down pretty well. Same goes for teams like South Carolina. South Carolina did a pretty good job shutting him down. And, of course, Oklahoma did a fantastic job shutting his ass down. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can y'all hear me now?
Oklahoma owns you.
Yes, Julio, we can hear you. It sounds like you're under the sea, but we can hear you.
Under the sea.
I don't know why my thing's so bad. I have the headphones on. I don't know if it's...
I swear, Julio, we can ship you new headphones with a plug-in mic. Like we can make this happen.
The thing is,
guys, can we please start a GoFundMe for Julio for some new headphones?
No. Hold on a minute. We're not Tennessee's Twitter page. We're not that desperate for other people's money. Hold off on that.
I don't know why it's so bad.
It was a joke. It wasn't that serious.
I mean, I know, but I'm just saying, I don't know why they're so bad. These are like pretty new. Like they're like only like a year old.
Do they have a Dallas Cowboys logo on it?
No, they're just black and red beats.
Oh, black and red. So like South Carolina.
I was gonna say Georgia, but it's. Come on, say
South Carolina works more.
Yeah, you're right. You're right about that.
Haven't had a 10-win season since I was in elementary school.
Ooh.
No offense, Andrew.
Ooh.
No offense, Andrew.
Ooh, that's bad. That's bad. Have Julio take down a goalpost and then we can talk. Yeah. Here's you a question, Julio. How about we address the Cowboys head coaching hire? What about that?
Yeah. Yeah, I'd rather not.
I imagine you're probably pissed about that hire.
Is that bad, huh?
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, I've kind of stopped caring about him at this point.
Ouch.
Until Jerry died.
Dang, Dallas, y'all lost Julio. How you recover from that?
Jerry Jones, he needs to retire, bro.
At this point, they just need to retire the entire franchise. They just lost Julio.
If I was his son, I would have put his ass in the nursing home about 10 years ago.
Dang.
But yeah, you're right. You're right.
Well,
But it just makes, I don't know. The Cowboys just have so much potential to be good, but they just refuse to be good.
yeah, they will never be good. That's just, well, okay, that's me. That was extremely
The only
delayed
way-
audio. I was trying to play the get out sound effect on the stream when we were mentioning Jerry Jones, and then it plays midway through me speaking. Okay, let me try this again. Okay, now it's playing as soon as I click it. There we go. So there you go. Get out. That's why I'm. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, get out, Dallas. They aren't even in Dallas. They're in Austin.
No, Arlington. Arlington.
Oh, Arlington. I thought you said Arlen. I was like, that ain't even a real place. That's King of the Hill, buddy.
Well, that's what I think Arlen's based off of, is like the Arlington suburbs. If I
Yeah.
remember correctly.
Y'all think?
God damn it, Bobby.
Fade says y'all think Alabama sucks. Look at Florida State's record. Oh yeah, no. I mean, both statements can be true. Don't forget that. I mean, now one sucks a
listen.
whole lot more. Like they suck so bad they swallow, but Alabama still sucks. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like a 9-4 year is a bad season for Alabama due to Alabama standards.
Now, what is funny though is that Alabama in 2023 made the playoffs over Florida State. Florida State fans cried for an entire offseason, and then in the season following that, they completely collapsed. Now Alabama gets left out of the playoffs. They're crying for an entire offseason, and guess who they start out their season playing against?
Florida State.
In Tallahassee. So
It'd be funny if they lost to Florida State, but I don't know if Florida State's going to be able to rebound from this awful season they had. Yeah, I don't see Florida State, even with the home field advantage. I don't see them beating Alabama. I know Alabama's going to have a question at quarterback, but I still think Alabama should be fine.
yeah.
You know what's ironic about Alabama's season? Did y'all see what their final ranking was?
17, Ryan Williams.
Oh, yeah,
Yep, 17.
no. Yeah, right.
Hey, did you guys know Ryan Williams is 17?
Yeah, did you guys know Jeremiah Smith is 18? The only difference is one was in the playoffs and one lost against Michigan. Now, granted, both lost against Michigan, so ooh.
Yeah, but at least Ohio State was actually able to win the national championship.
Let's see. Dang, I thought I respected your opinion until I seen what you said about the Citrus Bowl. Don't be mad the Vols sucked South Carolina's balls in the regular season. I would be mad. We didn't play you in the regular season. Had you played Tennessee in the regular season, you might have made the playoffs, but you didn't. I don't know what you're getting
who's
at there.
saying this?
Look in the comments.
You lost.
What did I say about the Citrus Bowl that made you so mad? That's what I need to know.
What, did you say something about the Citrus Bowl in your chaos?
Is it about Burt Bielema? Because I said Burt Bielema would suplex Shane Beamer. Is that what's?
He's mad because you're telling the truth. Brett Bielema will beat the absolute crap out of Shane Beamer.
Yeah, right. Like what?
I got a question. When's the last time, other than like these past couple of years, that Illinois was actually relevant in football? Before
Illinois, you'd think you'd have to go back to somewhere around 07. I think they had a really good year back then.
Yeah, I think 07 they made the Rose Bowl, but then if you count even before then it was like 1920. Like they've been crackling mid they were mid for like 80 years of mediocrity.
Yo, speaking of Illinois, I don't know if this is true or not, but when Illinois beat South Carolina, I've heard from my brother saying it's like the first time ever Illinois has been an SEC team. Is that true? I don't know if that's true or not.
Let's see. Young man Connor, thank you for the $2 super chat. He says, I've never met a single intelligent South Carolina fan. Dang.
Yeah, they're hard to find. The only intelligent one I've seen is Andrew.
Let's see.
That's the only intelligent one I've been able to see.
Big Ten is trash this year is what I'm saying. You got some weird fantasy about them. Yes, the Big Ten is trash. That's why they had the most teams in the playoffs, the most bowl wins. That's why they were 5-1 against the SEC. And don't forget that they won the national title. But they're trash. They're terrible.
Yeah, this is what I don't get about SEC fans. They can't come out and admit that the Big Ten was better than them.
Look, you just have to accept the fact that the SEC was worse than the Big Ten one out of the last 20 years. That's just the way it has to be. So, I mean, you can cry about it all you want, but the facts are there. The facts are there. The Big Ten leads in most bowl games. They won the national title. They had the most playoff teams, had the best record against out-of-conference opponents this season. But nope, terrible, overrated. Ain't no good.
Yeah,
ain't no good.
Like, I don't know. And then all these SEC homers coming out and creating all these hypotheticals saying, if this player wouldn't have opted out, this player wouldn't have opted out. Both teams have opt-outs.
Yeah. Yeah. See, South Carolina. Hey, if South Carolina made the playoffs, they'd blow out everybody except for the 6th best team in the Big Ten. Don't forget that. But everybody else other than the 6th best team in the Big Ten with literally no offense to speak of, everybody else, South Carolina rolls on in and beats the hell out of them. Some of these this season has drove some of these people mad. It's unreal. Now a lot of people are driven mad every single season, but this year specifically, people's brains have just reached quantum atom level smoothness. What's wrong with you? Look at the Big Ten. Look at what they did in the postseason. How are you still trying to say they're not the best conference this year? Look, and I'm an SEC homer. I love the SEC. I hope the SEC wins every championship from here until Kingdom Come, unless you're Georgia. But everybody else, I hope they win every other national title. But that's just not the way it is. 1 year out of the last 20, the SEC is not the best conference. It sucks for us SEC fans, but that's just the way it is. I'm not going to deny reality because my team sucks.
But yeah, unlike you, of course, I'm not an SEC homer. I personally root against the conference, but when other people come out and, trash the SEC and, say that they're an overrated conference, I will defend the SEC. I will, because that's my conference. Like, I'm not going to let you come out here and bash my conference. But the truth to be told, the Big Ten was just a better conference this year. So this year, instead of me, of course, bashing all these Big Ten people, I had to bash all these other SEC people for saying, that still the SEC was the best conference this year, even though they weren't.
They weren't. If they were the best conference, they would have showed up in the postseason. Instead, the SEC went 1-5 against the Big Ten. That is not the best conference at all. Not even close. Now, again, we're not the worst conference because you look at, big fat piles of doo-doo like the ACC, who went 2-11 in the postseason in bowl games. You're like, thank God we're not them. But no, the SEC is just not. Overall, from top to bottom, it's not near the Big Ten this season. Now, if it could flip next year, who knows what'll happen next year? But this year, no, the Big Ten was the best conference. Sorry.
Yeah, but yeah. Speaking of ACC, Syracuse carries that conference on their back.
I find it even crazy that this was even a debate at this point. You'd think a week after the entire college football season has come to a close, that the whole idea that the SEC was not the best conference this year would be stated as fact. At this point, I don't understand how there are still people running around going, oh, no, the Big Ten is just terrible. They're overrated and they ain't no good. Ain't no good. They haven't played a single soul. Like, yes, they haven't played a single soul. That's why Ohio State had to go through 4 top 5 or top 7 teams in order to win the national title. But nope, No, Ohio State never even played a soul. Ohio State never even played.
Not to mention, Ohio State beat 2 SEC teams in the playoffs.
They also had the highest margin of victory on a playoff run.
Hell, Ohio State, Indiana, Penn State, and Oregon. Those might be the 4 worst playoff teams in the history of history, and they may never win a game ever again from here until the future of whenever I'm dead. They might never win a game ever again. This is ridiculous.
Indiana ain't playing nobody, Paul.
We got off on a bit of a tangent there. But,
yeah, all right. Yeah, that's enough. Yeah, we had to go on a bit of a rant there.
You know, the only other basketball news there really is to say is that, of course, Tennessee dropped to number 8 in the AP poll, which is really kind of wow. I didn't expect us to drop that low for losing to number 1 on the road and by 2, but you know, it's not even February yet. There's still a lot of time. When we face off against number 12 Kentucky tomorrow, we'll get a chance to prove that, we're way better. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Kentucky basketball. Kentucky basketball. Whoa.
No. Your 3 ranked wins over opponents did matter, but what do you know? Also, what also mattered? The fact that you got your shit ran by Brian Kelly at home. That mattered. You know what else mattered? You got your shit ran by Lane Kiffin. You got your shit ran by Alabama. You had 3 regular season losses. 1, 2, 3. That's less than every other team that made it there besides Clemson. Congratulations for beating them, I guess. You can cry about that.
Dude, can somebody pull up a picture of Brett Bielema T-posing so we can get this guy out of here? Like,
you're just like, you know what you are? You're basically every other Alabama fan who cries about strength of schedule. We're never scheduling a hard out-of-conference opponent ever again because they just don't care about wins anymore. They care about wins, but they also care about losses. And you had 3. Dumb ass. Dumb E. Yeah, Vols are trash. That's why we had less losses than you. Dumb shit. Come on, man. You people are unreal. Unreal.
Don't get blown out on the road at Oklahoma, and you might get into the playoff.
Don't lose 3 games. Don't lose 3 games in the regular season, and then you wouldn't have to cry about being left out of the playoffs. You wouldn't have to cry about it. And Bert Bielema proved you didn't belong anyway, because guess what happened? He ran your shit in the Cheez-It Bowl. You weren't playoff material. You weren't.
yeah, bruh,
Shane Beamer got straight up out-coached by Brett Bielema. Brett Bielema out-coached him. He outsmarted him. And, bruh, he freaking intimidated Beamer, too.
I thought, I was off track because I was gone for a minute. I thought you were talking about
enough of this. We don't freaking talk about teams who haven't had 10-plus wins since, when I was in 4th grade. We don't talk about those type of teams here.
Let's go back. We got it. Hold on, one more. We have no running back. Yeah, South Carolina. Breaking news, everybody listening. The South Carolina, the Gamecocks are the only team in the history of college football to have injuries in December. They're the only team that has ever had injuries ever, and nobody else has ever had an injured running back or an injured quarterback. That's why. Yeah, I wonder how Georgia even won the SEC with the backup quarterback, because apparently if you lose a running back, you suddenly turn into a pile of ass like South Carolina did without a running back. Holy hell.
Hey,
dude,
I mean, I will say this.
This is sad. This is sad. This dude might be clown of the week. Yeah, and no.
Someone,
you know what? No, hold on. Here.
Bruh, I was just gonna say, let's just ignore this guy. I mean, he's making himself look like a freaking idiot.
People who want attention often find what they're looking for. Congratulations, you found what you're looking for. And I'm using Squidtard Sports, not even my main channel, so I don't even have the premiere version, so I had to go through a freaking ad to play this. So you're welcome. You're welcome. Here, you big South Carolina Gamecock dingleberry. Here's your song. Yeah.
What's happening?
What's happening is the circuses came to town.
Oh god, bro. That's hilarious. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh.
You got barbecue back there?
Almighty. Are we done
One
yet?
last thing, and then we'll get back to regular scheduled programming.
Yeah. We've almost taken up all of our time, wasting our time on this clown. Three losses.
Okay. All right. Enough. I have decided that's enough. Yeah, that's... All right. Well, where were we? where were we, everybody?
Yeah. I guess I forgot what we was talking about.
Obviously,
whatever,
obviously
that's
nothing
enough.
important.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what we was talking about for the last 10 minutes or so.
Well, we didn't really even have much to touch on anyway. That's why I did that. That's why I entertained that clown of the week. So, congratulations on Clown of the Week. We'll make sure to remember you and your 3 losses.
Oh yeah, we was talking about Vols basketball, I guess.
Well, there really wasn't much else to touch on.
I mean, I'm proud of the team for how they fought against Auburn. We should have won that game, but it is what it is. I mean, there was some ref ball, but what can you friggin' do about it? I mean,
yeah, we are watching the Lady Vols game, Callie.
Yeah, it's about to be over, though. Tennessee's getting blown out. So, yeah. But then Tennessee, of course, like you said, takes on Kentucky tomorrow. Hopefully we can, of course, get that win. Of course, when it comes to basketball, Kentucky's our biggest rivals.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No. Julio, you got anything else on the basketball?
Yeah. Nothing really that I can say. I was hoping the women's basketball would end better, but
It's just year one. They'll get better down the line.
No, I mean, I have faith. I mean, for the most part, other than this game, she practically only lost her games by like 1 point each. So
Yeah, South Carolina's just a different animal right now, though.
Right.
well, the other thing is we got the number 2 class coming in, so that also gives me hope.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Right.
Yeah, like I never understood why we wasn't able to have like better recruiting classes. I mean, Tennessee is literally a blue blood when it comes to women's basketball. Like when you think of women's basketball, one of the main teams you think about is Tennessee.
Yeah, Nate.
Well,
Sorry, but I got to mention Nate's comment real quick. He's congratulating Ohio State for winning the Natty. As a Michigan fan, you should be acknowledging their Natty, not congratulating them. That's just my thoughts.
Yeah, go ahead and claim that sucker.
Yeah.
Now, what I will say though about why I think we struggle to bring in some like how should I put this? Struggle to bring in some talent and stuff like that. I think some of it had to do with we didn't want to invest too much since we were trying to invest in football and other sports at the time.
Right.
But then the other thing is though, also on top of that, at the same time, we were kind of going through what Alabama went through after Bear Bryant before they found Saban, which is where they try to kept on bringing in all the, they try to bring in pad assistants, with hiring Warlick. I mean, was an okay coach. She was okay, but we kept her for too long. And then Harper, I mean, she just couldn't get it done against better teams. She could beat the bad teams and the somewhat good teams, but she couldn't beat the elite teams or teams that are just right below elite. She just couldn't beat those consistently.
Tony Vitello stand. I will be at the Florida game this weekend. Oh, that's great. If you're able to, if you can see us, we'll be there too.
See you there.
Yeah. Well, if you're able to find us, we'll talk to you and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Last week they should have iced Cooper. She's been a little off. I know her mom passed away. Yeah, there's things outside of football that are really tough to control. So, I see where you're coming from there. Yeah. Well, the only other thing to really touch on for tonight is we do have a little bit of baseball news to go off of. Of course, Baseball America, they dropped their preseason rankings, and Tennessee is coming in at number 3, just below, I believe, LSU and Texas A&M. So still in the top 5, got a lot coming back. I'm pretty excited about what the baseball team is going to bring to the table. You guys agree with that?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well,
I'm very.
I was gonna say, I was sorry to interrupt. I was gonna say that's about where I had us in the preseason poll, somewhere between 2 or 3. I had A&M at 1 just because they returned so much.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Tony Vitello stand. Yeah, if you're looking, it won't be hard to find me. I'll tell you that much. I'll be around. You know that.
But yeah, I'm very excited about the baseball team. hopefully we can try to get that repeat. And I guess we'll turn into the freaking Chiefs of college baseball. But unlike them, we don't need the refs.
Florida State fans would beg to differ. Wah, check string, wah. But that's a whole nother combo for a whole nother day.
Yeah. Plus, you can't script baseball.
That is true. Hard to script that. You gotta be real good at your craft if you want to try that one out. Yeah, can't wait for baseball. All of us feel the same way. We're gonna try and head to one of those games as well. If everything goes well in Saturday's game and we win in the mustard costume, then I'm gonna try and advance that to good old 3-0, and we'll see how it pans out. Looking forward to it for sure.
Right.
Texas 8-4 over the first 12 games, though. Yeah, Texas 8-4 reigns supreme.
Yeah, like it's crazy that they just can't stop going 8-4. I remember SEC Shorts did a video today. Texas went they finished the season 8-5. They lost their bowl game, didn't they?
They lost to Lincoln Riley.
All right, so and I remember that, and Texas A&M was like, "Am I able to go to the prize box?" And the teacher was like, "No."
Yeah, no.
But he was like, "Whatever, I'm going to the prize box anyway." So he goes to the prize box and he reaches in, and it says Texas A&M another 8-4 season.
That's how it go. That's how it go. Yeah, A&M is going to be really good in baseball this year. I imagine that. Well, we're going to be looking forward to seeing how that goes. And both teams should be in for another World Series appearance, I imagine.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I wouldn't mind an A&M versus Tennessee College World Series Finals appearance.
Is the SEC going downhill for football dominance? Okay, see, here's the other side of the coin here. Obviously, we don't run America this year. The SEC has had a down year, but people are jumping to some serious conclusions here, saying, well, if the SEC is a down year, that must mean the SEC is just going downhill. They've done this with Alabama before. Every time Alabama loses a game, it's is Alabama done for? Is this the end of Nick Saban's tenure at Alabama? Is it finally time for the dynasty to fall? And then you come out the very next few games and just start dominating everybody. Now, granted, they don't have Nick Saban anymore, but point still stands. It's 1 year. But we'll see. Maybe.
Yeah. If the Big Ten keeps dominating the SEC in these bowl games and the Big Ten keeps winning the national championship, then probably.
Right.
But we'll have to see.
Yeah, it's just it's 1 year, so maybe they do come out and they're the same exact. They bring the same exact capacity, but. A lot of things change over the course of an entire offseason. A lot of things change. A lot of coaching changes, player changes. One team rises, one team falls. Some teams go to the playoffs. Some teams go to 2-10 seasons. You really never know what you're going to get in college football, but it's going to be interesting to see whether or not the SEC can rise back up to dominance again. We're gonna find out pretty quick. I think. I imagine. I have no clue what happens. Odds are the SEC is going to be less cannibalistic next year. Oh, no. The SEC will be cannibalistic as all hell next year. They always are.
Mm-hmm.
That's just how it goes most of the time.
We'll see. I will say, I think adding Oklahoma and Texas kind of made us too good in a sense of where we cannibalized each other too much.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah, we did know that Jim Knowles was going to Penn State. Huge pickup for him. Huge pickup right there. And that's a great replacement for Tom Allen, who's, of course, going to Clemson. Here's what I know. I think Tank Conference is going to be very, very uninteresting this year. Because right now, Clemson has the most talent, the best roster, and the best coaching staff. By far, they should run through the entirety of Tank Conference, and nobody comes close. That's my opinion.
Hey, don't sleep on the Syracuse Orange.
Is about the best thing they've in that conference, and they lost Kyle McCord. So I really don't know what they're going to do. And then SMU, their best odds was Tyler Van Dyke. So, I'm not all that convinced that things are going to run too well for either of those teams. It's going to take one of these out of nowhere, rise above the occasion, play out of your mind type of ACC teams to come out and stand a chance. Now it could be Bill Belichick of North Carolina. Who knows? It could be them. Could be Georgia Tech, because Georgia Tech, of course, they're on the rise with Brent Key. I can't really think of anybody else. It ain't gonna be NC State. I'll tell you that much. It ain't gonna be Wake Forest. Ain't gonna be Cal.
Wake Forest, no. Ain't gonna be Florida State.
Definitely not. And yeah, in Miami.
Not gonna be Duke.
Miami is the only other shot I can think of there, but even them, having them rely on Carson Beck with Mario Cristobal as the coach is just a recipe for disaster, I think. Now, I don't think it's going to collapse as quick as some of these other ACC teams, but I also don't think they're in any sort of running for the playoff next year.
Yeah. But yeah, anyway, shout out to the Lady Vols. I mean, they're not going to win, but they tried to come back. They're now down by 6.
Yeah, 69-60. So they definitely made it close. Definitely made it competitive. I'll say that much. Now, the South Carolina fan who was in here earlier gets to celebrate one win against Tennessee. Those are very rare to come by. I'll say that much.
Yeah, all I'm going to say is it's only a matter of time until Tennessee is able to beat South Carolina women's basketball again. Because we just need to put in a couple more recruiting classes, and I think we'll be right there with them.
We're building something there, I think. Now, obviously, I'm not going to do like Florida fans and build a statue for going 8-5 or something like that. But this is an improvement. This is obviously a more improved team. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see how we end up throughout the rest of the season. So that's all there is to it. If anybody wants to send any more donations before we wrap it up tonight, we're going to go ahead and put raps on the show after I do my push-ups, of course. Can't forget about those. Shout out to Young Man Connor for both the $2 Super Chat donations. So let me do those real quick, and then we'll call it wraps. Watch this skill. Watch this skill. Y'all ready? All right, here we go.
No.
1, 2, 3, 4. Bam. And I love the pop. The pop feels amazing. I'll say that much. When your arm pops after a nice push-up, there ain't nothing better than that. One last thing before we call it wraps on the show tonight. Who y'all got winning the Super Bowl? And you can't say the
Chiefs.
Okay. I was gonna say can't say the Meteor, but yeah.
I wish I could say the Meteor, but it's gonna be the friggin' Chiefs. I mean, dude, it's it's gonna be right there.
As someone that's a Cowboys fan, I can't stand watching Eagles fans be happy. So, yeah, I have to root for the Chiefs, even though it's like selling my soul.
Yeah, but whatever. I see the script. The Chiefs are going to win the Super Bowl. It's going to be a three-peat, and NFL and Chiefs are going to sell shirts that say three-peat. Taylor Swift is going to come out with a song that's called Three-peat, and it's going to be used in hype videos everywhere.
Oh, boy.
You want to know why? Because it's going to bring in a lot of dough. So they're going to rig the game to have the Chiefs win. So, yeah, the Kansas City refs are going to three-peat, and there's nothing we can do about it.
Well, I mean, we don't advocate for conspiracy theories on here, but it appears to me that Lucas is riding that train down to infinity. So we'll see how it pans out. Maybe Lucas is right. Maybe he hits this right on the money, and Travis Kelce comes out at the 50-yard line and proposes to Taylor Swift and retires, and then who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows?
And not to mention this, the Super Bowl logo theory where it predicts the teams, Like, it's been proven for like these past few years. The only year it's gotten wrong is Super Bowl 58. Like, there's no way that's a freaking coincidence. Like, Super Bowl 56, the logo was orange and blue for the Bengals and Rams. Super Bowl 57, I think it was red and green for the Eagles and Chiefs. Super Bowl 58, it was purple and red, which it was speculation that was going to be 49ers Chiefs, but I feel like 49ers Ravens, but I feel like they didn't put the Ravens in there because they had to get rid of the conspiracy theory that the logo that shows the two teams wasn't true. But then they got back to it this year with the logo being red and green with the Eagles and Chiefs.
Uh-oh. Hey, we're getting into all kinds of conspiracy over here. Well, anyway, I got to go help my dad build the TV in his bedroom broke. I don't even know how it just broke. And one day it just all of a sudden just broke. That's all there is to it. So I got to go. If he hasn't already, I got to go help him fix that. There's no fixing the TV. He bought a new one, so we're putting it up. He might have already put it up, though. Point is, I got to get out of here and go help him out with that. So, guys, say your piece before we call it a night. And to everybody in the comment section, we appreciate all of you guys for being here on the Vol-Star Podcast tonight. And you guys already know that we'll see you next Monday per usual scheduled time. Now, Lucas and Julio, say your piece, and then we'll call it a night.
Go Vols. That's it.
And beat Kentucky.
Go Vols. Yeah, go Vols, beat Kentucky. Rooting for the Meteor come February 9th.
Kentucky baseball.
It's not baseball, but same thing, same difference.
Yeah, Kentucky basketball.
Well,
Kentucky basketball.
Pick up your shovel and get back to the coal mines, baby.
But yeah, again, rooting for the Meteor come February 9th. And I wonder how much a script writer pays to be in the how much it pays to be a script writer in the NFL.
Bravo! Just freaking beat Tennessee, please. Can we just stop losing to this stupid team with their stupid orange colors, and their stupid?
Cut it off. I'm tired of it. All right, guys. Well, we'll see you guys. For most of you, we'll see you on Monday. I'm working on an official Clown of the Season video for Florida State, so you guys get to watch that down the line. And for those of you going to the Tennessee-Florida basketball game on Saturday, you'll see me there along with the rest of the crew. So see you guys then. And as always, of course, power to Tardaria and go Vols. And please beat the hell out of Kentucky and Florida. Please.